to be Presley Swaggerty when you grow up? I'm in too. Incredible gentleman, incredible leader. We are blessed to have him in our company. Great to have him as a mentor and a coach. We're all so blessed to have people like this in our ACN company and people like this to make a difference for all of us. And guys, I'm super excited to be here. Who's super excited to be here this weekend for all the great things and blessings that we have? I'm going to tell you a quick story about myself. First of all, I'm excited that all of you are here because these are you're all the future SVPs of ACN. Who's a future SVP here in ACN? Man, I'm going on my 20th year in ACN. 20 years. You know what that means? If you're new here, it doesn't mean anything except this. I've been getting paid for 20 years. That's amazing. Every single week, every single month, that's the beauty of this business and the opportunity because we have incredible owners that are committed to us, committed to a great opportunity, and willing to do whatever it takes to make sure this company lasts for years and years and years to come. And that's all we could ask for because then it's up to us to make it work. Can we agree? I'll never forget the day I got my very first phone call about this opportunity. When my best friend called me up and he said, Franco, I found it. I found what? Time and money together. Now, I was a businessman. At that time, I had 4 companies, working 100-hour weeks, sleeping on a couch in my office. So what do you think my response to him was? Have you been smoking again? Because he liked that. And he goes, no, I did it. I found it. I found time and money together. This is awesome. Now, the good thing about what he did, he used the correct script on me, edified the speaker, so I got excited to understand more about this because I knew him as somebody else, not this. And because he introduced me the correct way, I was interested in taking a look. And I'll never forget the opportunity when I first saw it. I said to myself, I can get paid on essential services without having an office, without having employees. I could build an organizations and get paid on what they do, and I don't have to have any of the physical infrastructure without accounts payable, without accounts receivable. I'd have to be crazy and out of my mind not to want to do this. Can we agree? This is unbelievable. So for me, I came from the traditional business world where I had to do everything, but then I suddenly had mentors in place willing to help me with everything that I needed to become successful. Here's the problem though. I got started a few hours a week, 2 to 3, 4 hours a week. I had 0 direct sales experience, none. I didn't understand it, didn't understand the system. So at the beginning, I struggled, and I struggled, and I struggled. Here's why I struggled. My ego was too big. Anybody here have a big ego? If you don't put up your hand, your ego's too big. Just telling you, okay? So what was my ego big about? I wasn't willing to surrender to the system. I wasn't willing. I know better. I've built companies. I can do this. I understand it. Fine. Then I just saw people all around me having success, getting promoted, making money. Not me. Not me. Why? Big old too big. I know better. I can do this. I have the solution. And I tried one thing after another, And finally, I'll never forget, it was a stay-at-home mom, literally no job, no work, no business experience, crushing in this business. I said, okay, Franco, it's time to surrender. And so that's what I literally did. I finally surrendered to the system and exploded with incredible success. And it's amazing. Yeah, you clap for me, clap for the system. It's the system that works. And so when you start following the system, you start understanding it's all about that, magically success will happen. And so for us, look, here's what I'm excited about. Look, did you guys see all the partners we had? Who was excited by seeing all those partners on here? Weren't they amazing? All those companies, all the value. Who's excited about that Zoom bonus? Are you kidding me? That Zoom bonus is ridiculous, right? All the things that Impact is doing. So we have all these incredible companies. Some of these are gazillion-dollar companies. They're putting in money. They're putting AI, artificial intelligence, into their services, into their operation, to their company, so that we can have a better opportunity. Isn't that incredible? We're the marketing folks. We're here to build distribution and pay ourselves. That's what we're here to do. So can we agree there's going to be essential services for decades to come? Can we agree? All right? Can we agree Can we agree that these companies are going to be investing more and more in these services so they can bring more and more better value to the customers? Can we agree? Right? And can we agree that ACN will always put us in the forefront of these industries, of these new technologies for decades to come? Can we agree? So what are we going to learn? Two things. Two things. Number one, how to get a couple of customers. Number two, how to build some distribution. Can we do those two things? 100%. That's what you're here to learn. That's what you're here to learn all weekend. And so I'm here to teach you. I forgot my clicker. I got so excited, I forgot my clicker. And if it's on here, Angela, if you can bring me a clicker, that would be great. And then I'll go to the clicker, okay? So we're here to learn how to acquire customers. Who wants to learn how to get a lot of customers, right? How did ACN get millions and millions and millions of customers? How do they do it? How they got millions of customers is because there's a formula we follow. Tony Kupas talked about it earlier. And if you understand what he shared with you earlier in his training, it was gold what he gave you, okay? Now, what do IBOs that are successful, what do they do? It's about 6 things they do, IBOs, that allows them to get lots of customers. Number one, they ask. Tony Kupas talked about this. If you don't ask, could you ever get a customer? No, unless you have incredible telepathic powers, there is no way you're going to get a customer unless you actually ask somebody for that. Oh, we got the very, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Thank you. Let's give him a big hand. That's great. Awesome. So they ask. Number two, they use an effective approach. So I'm going to give you the top approaches that the top customer getters use to get customers today. I'm going to teach you what those are. They ask for a favor. This is very powerful. What I had to learn, I'll share a story about my first customer and what it took and what I had to go through to understand this approach. It's very, very powerful. Using your why is killer. Not only does it help you get customers easier, it helps you keep your customers long term. Because it's great to get customers, right? Isn't it better to keep them too? All right, it's exactly right. We use urgency. So those of us that are great at getting customers, we use urgency and we create ourselves a deadline to make sure that way we don't delay and delay and delay and delay. And we ask for referrals, many of us. So for people that have 200 customers and 300 customers and you saw the 500 customers, you ask all of them, where do most of your customers come from? What are they going to think they're going to tell you? Referrals. 100% it's referrals, okay? So you got to always ask for referrals. So let's talk about what are the main customer approaches that the people that get the most customers use. Number one, it's yourself. I have every ACN service. Why? Because if I don't have it, how can I be a testimony of how it is? If somebody asks me, how's the cell phone service? Fantastic. How's the home security? Unbelievable. How's the energy? Terrific. How is the healthcare? My God, I just used it. It was unbelievable. So I'm a testimony to every service. It's very difficult to have any kind of authenticity, to have belief, to have that power, that energy, that excitement if you don't have the service. So to me, I got to get every service. I'll tell you a quick story. When we first launched home security, I had just paid $10,000 for the sophisticated home security for my house. And then we announced home security. All right, rip it out. Rip it out. Why? Because I'm going to sell Vivint. So this one's got to go, this one's got to come in. That's what you do. That's what leaders do. That's what people do when you're doing the product, right? Second, who are going to be your clients? People you do a short presentation. At the end, what do you say? Hey, listen, I really appreciate the time. I got this is not for you right now at this time. But if there's any reason why you wouldn't support me and you heard why I'm doing this for my family, if we can give you the same service, the same or better price with better value, is there any reason why you wouldn't want to become my customer and try one of our services? Is there any reason why you wouldn't? Simple, guys, simple, okay? So that's our second source, and all of you should be able to do the first two. The third one is referrals. So you're always, always asking referrals. This should be like constant, non-time. In fact, I recommend you read books on getting referrals and what are techniques to get referrals. There's a lot of great books out there on how to get referrals from the existing clients you have. My wife, she throws parties for her customers. So she'll throw a party like every 6 months. She'll get everybody together. I'll throw my customers. I'll invite my customers to her party. You know, it's easier that way instead of me doing it. But there's all kinds of great stuff you can do. And then they're always happy to send more and more referrals. those you do business with. This is my favorite. This is the number one way I get customers, is the people I do business with. Who are these people? The landscaper, my financial advisor, my accountant, my lawyer. These are the people. I'm going to talk a little bit more about this at the end, because this, to me, is my favorite approach. Everybody's got their own favorite approach. You don't have to know all of them, but there's ones that you're going to like more and vibrate to more, okay? The customer survey approach. Great customer survey. You can get customers to fill out and see which service is the best for them. Because can we agree we have a lot of services? Can it be overwhelming if you go to each customer and you say, hey, what about this? Fill out a survey, fill out the survey, and let's see what the best value is and what we can do. So we have a script for that. The survey with that, that's an incredible approach. The social media approach. There's different ways you can now use social media. We have great social media training online that ACN, thank God, with their generosity, paid for all of us to have access to that kind of training and how to use that to also get. Let's give the ACN owners a big hand for giving us that incredible training. It's absolutely huge, okay? The charity approach. What's the charity approach? That's using Project Feeding Kids and helping children. We're able to feed kids every time we get a customer. That's another approach. We have the community approach. What's that? That's when you get people of your community all supporting and helping each other, whatever they're up to. For you, it's you and your family, what you're up to make a living. That's the community approach. And then there's also what we call power teams, networking groups. This is where you join networking organizations like BNI, for example. You can join other. Somebody likes BNI here. Very exciting, okay, very good. So you can choose whatever you want. You can choose different power teams from different, I know there's people from different network marketing companies get together and they help each other, support each other, and give each other referrals. So they're called power teams. So help with power teams. There's a lot of people here that love using power teams to help each other get customers as well. So guys, and there's more approaches in this. These are just the top ones we know of, but there's so many ways that you can do that. Now, what is the key here when you've got understand what approach you want to use? Number one, write out your why. Write out your why. My why was simple when I got started. My why was, my dad was going through heart surgery, a mom coming from a brain tumor. I'm the oldest Italian son in the family. I got to take care of my family. My parents came from Italy when they were young. I was born in Toronto, Canada. Where are all the Canadians here? I'll be here, all the Canadians. Awesome, we love you. Canada's, guys, just so you know, Canada is crushing it right now. Americans, Canada is crushing it right now. We have less people than California. But we're crushing it right now. Can we agree, Canada? So, guys, look at the production charts. US, come on. Because Canada, who's going to win? Canada or the US? Who's going to win? Who's going to win, guys? I love it. It's so fun. It's so fun, okay? So write out your why. So my why was my family, taking care of them. My parents couldn't work anymore, so I was there taking care of them, so I was clear what I was doing this business for. Second, understand the value of the product. So you don't need to specialize in every service. Pick one or two. Like if you look at the people that have the most points, they've specialized in one or two, maximum 3 services. But they've gotten really good at those services, understanding the value of those services and what it takes to sell that service and how to communicate that service, okay? And so, and when you combine that with the approach, that's when you have killer stuff, okay? So I want to talk about this. There is a formula. It's a 3-step formula. Oh, did I go too fast for you guys? All right, sorry, here, take a picture. Take a picture. Take a picture of me too. I told Presley back, we were standing back there, I go, Presley, how do I get as good looking as you? Isn't he a good looking man? Presley's a good looking man, isn't he? You guys don't seem to agree with that. I think he's a good looking man. Who thinks he's a good looking man? Come on. All right. Can I go on now? Is it okay? We can move on. All right, cool. All right, so somebody still said no. All right, one more chance. Let's go. 5. Just take a picture, guys. Who's got a phone? You have a phone? You don't have to write. There is a camera on your phone that you can actually take a picture of the screen. That is allowed. It is permitted. All right. Can we move in? Can we go? All right, cool. All right. All right. Now this, I would take a picture of, okay? This is our, look, people always, how does ACN get so many customers? How do they do it? Simple. We got a 3-step formula. So here is the 3-step formula how ACN has acquired millions of customers. Number one, you get one of the correct approaches I just talked about, and you master that approach. That's number one. Number two, you understand the value of the service that you're going after. What is the value? So if you want to do Zoom Energy, what is the value of Zoom Energy in your marketplace? What value does that bring to a company? What value does that bring into individuals? Or Impact Health, what is the value? You understand that service. Or Flash, or whatever, Vivid, whatever the service is, you understand the value of that service. That's number two. And number three, you use your why. And this is the part that I had the toughest time with. And I'll give you guys an example of what I mean by that. When I first started getting customers, I called my cousin. I called my cousin Francesco. So I called my cousin up and I said, cousin, I just started a new business. I can save you money. At that time it was long distance. I can save you money on your long distance bill. So let's get this going. And here's what he said to me. It's okay, Franco, I'm good. I'm sure our long distance is fine. And I didn't know what to say. I said, okay, and I hung up the phone. And then I called another friend of mine, said the exact same thing. What do you think he said to me? The exact same thing. I hung up the phone. So I called my coach. I said, Coach, this doesn't work. People don't want to save money. What's wrong with people? Why don't they want to save money? And then he said to me, Franco, is that how I trained you? And I said, what do you mean? He said to me, did I train you to say what you just said? I said, no. I said, okay, are you willing to be coachable? I know you're a tough nut to crack, but are you willing to be coachable? Just to getting customers? I said, all right. And he said to me, why are you doing this business? And I told him, I said, because of my mom, because of my dad, I'm sick and tired of what I'm doing, I'm stressed out, I hate my life. And here's what he said to me, tell people that. What? You want me to tell people I hate my life? You want me to tell people that I got to take care of my parents? That's embarrassing, I can't tell people that, you lost your mind. And here's what he said to me, oh, I see. So let me ask you a question, Franco. Do you want people to be honest with you? I said, of course. Then why aren't you willing to be honest with them? Okay, I got it. I cannot, what do you answer to that, right? I said, so here's what I want you to do. I want you to call back your cousin and tell him why you're doing this business. And then ask for the favor. I said, okay. So I called back my cousin. I said, cousin, I got to tell you something. I never told you why I'm doing this new business. He goes, why? I said, look, I hate what I'm doing right now. I'm working so many hours. I have all these businesses. I got, my uncle, or your uncle, my dad, not doing really well right now. Same with my mom. I got to take care of them. And here's what he said. Well, why didn't you tell me that before? What do you need? Boom, customer on the spot. That's how it works, right? Favor, help, and favor, why, help. Very powerful, guys, okay? All right. Last thing I want to talk about is entrepreneurs supporting each other. And entrepreneurs really, you want to create, look, you're an entrepreneur now. Can we agree, guys, we're all entrepreneurs, right? Even though you've never been one, you are. You are now officially an entrepreneur. I anoint you, I bless you, congratulations, you're an entrepreneur, okay? So as an entrepreneur, you want to create an army of people, all of you supporting each other. That's the game here. Can we agree? And so what entrepreneurs do is we create networks of people where we help support each other. That's what we do. It's a smaller community of people. And inside that community, you want to create people that support and help each other, okay? That's very, very powerful. And you want to take care of your customers. As an entrepreneur, you take care of your customers. What does that mean? Thank you card. Thank them. Thank you. I appreciate you being get their address, or make sure you get their address so you can thank and give them a card. Oops, I just went back. Let me go back, sorry. Birthdays, holidays, thank them. Ask them for a testimonial. One good thing you can do for social media is have them video a testimonial for you, put it on your social media. Thank them, pass it around to your friends and family. So have them do a testimonial for you. It's very, very powerful. And then every once in a while you follow up. Say, hey, listen, we just launched this. Hey, we got this. Like, for example, we just launched Intermedia. Who's excited about Intermedia? Isn't that unbelievable? Right? So if you got a customer who's a business owner on health, on impact, great. Now you follow up and get them in on Intermedia. That's kind of like how it works, okay? So let's talk about your success plan really quick. What would I recommend for you to be a success plan to get to your 200 points? Number one, always, you've heard it all weekend, set your meeting. Whether it's in-home or whether it's on Zoom, set your meeting. That's number one. Number two, when you're going after customers, choose an approach. Learn one of those approaches that I just talked about and master that approach. Number three, master one or two of the services. Master them. And then understand your why. Write it out. Be clear about it. Practice it with your upline. Wear it as a badge of honor on your sleeve. And then finally, make a daily plan. Here's what I've learned about entrepreneurs that are successful. Not only do they make a plan that every day they have an action that they take. A plan without daily action is a plan that doesn't exist. Let me say that again. A plan that you set out that doesn't have daily actions is a plan that doesn't exist. Because can we agree all of us can do this? Can we all do this? Yes, all of us can do this, guys. Do you deserve it, by the way? Do you deserve success? Tell me yes, do you deserve success? Does your family deserve success? Do your children deserve this success? 100%, guys. ACN will be here for us. All we got to do is take the action. Guys, thank you. We'll see you all in Cleveland, Ohio in June. Have a great weekend.